Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Pesky Plumbers podcast. We have a name now, and I'm here joined today by these garbage friends of mine. uh,
It's true. We're trash like Bubsy 3D.
Oh no!
so I'm joined today by Nykkes,
Oh, hey there.
Pastel,
Yeah.
and the worst one here, Crouton.
Oh,
All right, and
no one pay attention to Crouton?
poor Crouton. He's just over there. How you doing, Crouton?
Not so great.
All right, bye.
Ever
No.
since we started it.
All right, so let's move on from Crouton. We leave Crouton over
I
there.
don't feel so good.
I gotta mark this a spoiler now. Okay.
What?
No. Okay. Anyways, so we're gonna be breaking down 6 video games, and as you can see by the thumbnail and the video itself, we got all 6 topics here. They're not in order from the thumbnail you see here. It's all gonna be random, but you'll know what we're gonna be talking about. So I think the first one I'm gonna get out of the way right now is pretty much BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle's datamine. Like because mostly it's gonna be me and Pastel over here talking about it. These guys are throwing their senses here and there. So let me go ahead and pull these up real quick. The data mine of when the Switch version actually went up on beta, people started going in and data mining the game, and they pretty much found out who the last remaining characters are going to be. So we're gonna pretty much like break each one down and give our opinions, I guess. We're gonna talk about the BlazBlue ones first. There's like the 3 characters that were for BlazBlue is gonna be Izayoi, Mai, and Nine.
What?
Yeah, I know you don't know anything about it. So yeah,
Oh, yes.
for Persona 4 Arena, it's Akihiko, Mitsuru, and Lapras.
Yes.
And for Under Night, the one that barely anyone knows is Merkava, Yuzuhira. I always mispronounce her name. Yuzuriha. I'm gonna go with Yuzuriha, and Mika. What do you think of these last remaining characters? You can tell by the stuff.
My only concern is, and I know you and I share this concern, but why Mika?
Exactly.
They could have literally brought in, oh, I don't know, maybe the actual rival of the protagonist of Under Nights.
Exactly. Seth.
They could have brought in Seth, but no.
I
They
pretty
were
sure.
like, oh, Mika's a good choice.
Mika, good choice. Yeah. Okay. And if they were gonna choose any character that made their appearance from when Mika made her appearance, why not Phonon? I hope I said her name. Phonon, was it?
Exactly.
Yeah. And Wagner.
Phonon.
Yeah.
Phonon, Wagner, come on, just like any other potential candidate.
Exactly.
Merkava was kind of like, okay.
I'm pretty sure Merkava was a given at some points. I mean, I part of me thought he wouldn't actually be in the game, but no.
Me neither.
Merkava's here. I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, Merkava's a classic in the Under Night series. Yuzuriha, I kind of figured. I'm pretty sure everyone was like, this girl's gonna get in here in some way, shape, or form. So she was gonna be in here. But Mika, why?
Mika.
Out
Why?
of all the characters, alright.
Especially just doing my man Seth dirty.
My boy Seth was done dirt. How they do this to my boy?
That was unfair. I was like, really?
It's like taking out in Smash Brothers instead of Mario and Luigi, we just have Luigi.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind.
You wouldn't mind, of course you wouldn't.
oh, what about me, Luigi?
That's Mama Luigi to you.
So I think the Persona 4 Arena side of things, I think they're fine. Honestly, it's like I are kind of figured characters. Akihiko,
Hashtag.
Mitsuru, Lapras.
Rip Jesus Kun.
Yes.
Okay, hold up, my boy.
Hey man, if you haven't played Persona 3 by now, I'm sorry, but spoilers are gonna be a given.
But yeah, no, like these 3 characters were in Persona 4 Arena, so it's like they weren't focusing on any character other than that. They weren't going to focus on other characters that appeared in Ultimax, so yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
figured these 3 would be the last ones. There's no Persona 5 protagonist.
Please.
It's not gonna happen. As for the BlazBlue side, I kind of figured, except for Izayoi.
Yeah, Izayoi was kind of a. It was. I was like, huh, that form, not Tsubaki herself, though.
Exactly.
You know?
I was like, huh, okay. Interesting. I mean, at least she's there, you know? I mean, it's not like they didn't, not have her in the game. I kind of figured she would be in the game some way, shape, or form, but Izayoi was the one that's like, huh, okay. At least she's there, unlike AK Seth. Man, Seth done dirty. But yeah, that's
Rip
pretty much.
Seth.
So that's pretty much going to be our remaining characters via DLC for BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. I mean, I'm still going to get the game. The game's probably going to be a good old fun time.
Are they gonna plan to bring more characters after it's launched?
Well,
Like,
that's
is
where
that-
things get interesting here, real quick. Let me actually
More
pull up
Ruby,
because.
please.
Okay, well, we don't know if there's. More than likely, it's only going to be just those 4 Ruby characters: Ruby, Weiss, Blake, and Yang. But it's interesting because in the data mine, they got all the voice clips, and in those voice clips, we have I believe it was 3 3 voices that were not heard before, that are not in the data mine character list. One of them was unknown, which I have no idea. I'm assuming that's going to be like the boss. It's going to be called Unknown, I guess. I don't know. But
Like
the 2,
Pokemon.
yes. But the 2 that interests me, that left me what in the world, is that 2 of those voice lines are Asuka and Yumi from Senran Kagura.
Oh, yes. My girl Yumi. But yeah, that was definitely WTF.
Pretty much. That's interesting. I mean, first of all, I'm pretty sure no one here would have been like, "Yo, we're gonna get Senran Kagura characters in this game." But what kind of makes me sad is the fact that they could have, like, I don't mind that Asuka and Yumi are here, but what irritates me is that they could have used those 2 characters to, like, implement 2 characters from Ruby instead. Because
Yeah.
we know the Ruby side of the game is slacking.
Yeah.
There's only just 4 characters. Hell, like BlazBlue has 4 times. Is gonna have 4 times the characters than Ruby, which makes sense. I mean, I kind of figured, but still,
That was a given. Come on,
Yeah.
it's BlazBlue.
yeah.
Add Ospin.
But okay, he knows his Ruby characters, so you go crazy with Ruby characters.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if there were 2 characters from Ruby that you would have added extra, who would it be?
Well, I mean, I thought about a list, but the only ones that I would find enjoyable to play would be probably Ospin and Crow.
I don't know who any of those people are, but you go.
Even though, I mean, Crow also has like a sword and a scythe, but so he would kind of be like a mix of Ruby and a character with a sword, I guess. But otherwise, maybe Wukong, Sun Wukong, and Nora or Lee. I guess that's how you say it. But anyways, yeah.
And what about you, Pastel? If you were to add 2 Ruby characters, who would it be?
Me.
Yeah.
Huh.
He's like, huh.
2 Ruby characters, in all honesty. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to agree with Theo on Sun Wukong.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Winston in his Overwatch, and then that
Yeah,
Overwatch,
oh,
you're the
no.
rooster hat.
No, but
And I
the
don't
one
know.
think
In terms of like a second character, I don't know. I would think probably Crow or maybe even Neo.
You know, I've seen people say someone like Joan, I believe.
No.
And
This dude doesn't know how to fight. I'm sorry, spoilers.
and what's it called? And other people have said they would like to see someone like Pyra, I believe her name was. How do you say her name again? Pura. There we go.
Pura.
Pura. There we go. I've seen people say they want her. I've seen some say
mean-
Cinder and Rowan as well. Those are the only ones I know by name, by the way.
Yeah.
I didn't ask Nykkes because Nykkes, I don't know if he watches Ruby, so.
No, I've seen like little bits here and there with my brother-in-law, but like in terms of me, like in case you guys ask me which characters that I would like to see in the fighting game, I don't know, but
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind any, to be honest.
Yeah, I kind of figured you're just like I'm chilling over here. I don't gotta talk. Hey, you guys go ahead.
But
You
when it
guys
comes
go
to
ahead.
Cinder, like you told me earlier, I mean, at one point, they don't add villains. From
Like
what
the
I
villains
understand.
that they don't have any villains. It's more like they're not really villains. They're more like they're just anti-heroes and they're neutral, pretty much. Like characters
Yeah.
like Azrael and Gordeau. They're just neutral.
But Cinder is
Yeah, Cinder is
villain.
pure evil. Like I know that much. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Rowan is a similar situation. So yeah, so that's pretty much all the stuff for BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. I mean, I'm fine with it honestly, except for Seth.
Hmm.
Like that's the only one I'm like, why? But yeah, other than that, I think BlazBlue is the BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle in terms of like other characters. I think that it's okay. You know, it's fine. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to our next topic over here, and that's gonna be Kingdom Hearts. There isn't much that we can talk about Kingdom Hearts 3 in terms of like any like extra news here and there. Except we'll just talk about what we've seen. I'm pretty sure all of you already saw the gameplay and all that stuff from people about Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
Yes, we've seen it.
In terms of gameplay, I've kind of noticed here and there because I played all like the Kingdom Hearts games. It feels floaty, like not floaty like Birth by Sleep, but it felt pretty floaty and not like the fast-paced combat that was Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm not saying it's going to be a bad thing, but it just I just wanted to say that when I was looking through the gameplay. I can't say how I felt because I didn't play the game. Square Enix, please hire me next time to play the game. I would love to play the game, please.
Yeah.
I'm a
Funny thing.
nobody with 40 subscribers.
Well, at least
Yeah.
you're nobody.
I will draw you art, Square Enix. Just let me play the game.
Yes.
Well, in terms of the Kingdom Hearts stuff, last Saturday I remember watching some like the videos from like Spawn Wave, RGT85, HMK, and I saw like HMK's impressions because he said that he went to the event where he actually did try it out, Kingdom Hearts 3, and he said that everything that he played was very fantastic. Though I don't remember him saying that if that the movement or the mechanics in the game were floaty, but all I remember is that he enjoyed it a lot.
Oh yeah, everyone probably enjoyed it a lot. Most of like I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
everyone was like, "This is a really fun game to play" and all that stuff. They just gave their own gripes. I watched HMKs too. I watched also Skyward Wing, The Gamers Joint, and Sword Island 1. Like 3 other YouTubers that kind of have a big focus on Kingdom Hearts. Specifically, Sword Island 1 is a really good person you should watch to get his opinions on him because that guy, when it comes to breaking down details, he knows his stuff. And he pretty much was like kind of like a similar situation and all that stuff. But besides gameplay, let's talk about what we saw. What did you think of how the game looks as a whole?
Ralph.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we all agree the Wreck-It Ralph, nice. But overall, like this is pretty, like not, like this is the first time we're seeing people play this. This isn't something like, oh, we're showing it off in like a trailer form, where it's like, oh, we're seeing this via trailer. This could easily be, you know, manipulated and all that stuff. This is actual people getting their hands-on experience in the game. What did you think of how the game looks so far, guys? Anyone want
Well,
to jump in?
I'm a tiny bit sad that we get no new voice clips for Sora.
What do you mean?
That's a tiny bit. I mean, we don't. Whenever he attacks, he doesn't. I mean, he uses his old Kingdom Hearts.
Actually, no. Believe it or not, there actually is new voice lines. However, you just can't really tell. There is also English voice acting in the cutscenes that they showed off. They weren't supposed to show it off. Square Enix let the people know that you're not supposed to record it. GameSpot screwed up, and we're just like,
Yeah.
here you go. Here's some audio. You get to hear Jim Hanks as Woody. I'm not too sure who does Buzz. Rex and
It's definitely not an Alan.
that definitely yep.
Tim Allen.
Definitely not. Rex and what was his name again?
Ham.
Ham. There you go. Yeah. Ham. Rex and Ham. They definitely sound spot on. If that's the same voice actors, yo. I also love the reference that there's a Final Fantasy 15 reference that Rex actually makes. And when he sees Sora, he calls him Yozora, and that's pretty much a reference. If you translate it, I think in Latin it means night sky, and that's pretty much what Noctis' name actually means.
Because
So
Rex is a gamer,
Yeah.
technically.
pretty
he
much
is a
yeah.
gamer.
The
You remember
green.
the Toy Story 2?
Yeah, that's right. He was trying to get the high scores and everything. That was great.
Yeah,
A
he was
bunch
trying
of
to put away to
gamers.
the evil Emperor Zerg. For him to reference that for Final Fantasy 15 is really good. It shows that that Rex is like gamers like us.
Yeah. The Green Army men sound fine. I mean, from what I heard, they sound great. What's it called? I'm trying to remember who. Oh, the aliens. I didn't really hear the aliens too much, so I can't really kind of say what I think of them. They did mention Slinky in the game's cutscene, so Slinky. I'm pretty sure they'll eventually show off Slinky and Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head later on in the game, probably.
Yeah.
The places that oh my god, the places that they went to, going like how Sora's just able to easily just climb any wall whatsoever. The man is Jesus, okay?
No.
Like, dude, he could just go up to a wall and just start running. Like, boy, this ain't no normal 16-year-old boy. Let me tell you that much.
Not at all.
But yeah, no, like he goes from outside and it just kind of cuts to the Galaxy Toys section. And according to what Nomura said, what they played is only 30% of that world. So I'm like,
oh yeah, HMK did mention that too.
Yeah, so like Nomura said that, I'm just like, nani?
Only 30%.
Like, boy, how much we gotta explore here? Oh my god. In terms of story stuff, we kind of did learn about the whole story when it comes to Toy Story. Well, it's called the Toy Box, but we did learn about the story. Slight spoilers, I guess, for those that don't really want to hear it, But yeah, no, slight spoilers. The story involves that apparently young Xehanort made a parallel world of the Toy Box world, and that's how Woody and Buzz can use powers and all that stuff. Like, for example, Buzz's light thing that he does, it actually hurts enemies in this world because it's a parallel world. But that's about it when it comes to the story, and I guess we gotta reunite them with their friends. We don't know anything too much. Nothing really majorly spoilery,
Nah.
This game also did confirm to us a new Link. We only knew about Meow Wow and Aereo as a Link, but we got the confirmation that Ralph is in this game. Now let me tell you, if I find that leaker who put them pictures, he's gonna catch these hands. Boy. Yeah, I'm gonna wreck it. Like, boy, Wreck-It Ralph being in Kingdom Hearts 3 makes me so happy. However, he's not going to be a world in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Unfortunately.
For those that don't know, Nomura did say back in April that during the Kingdom Hearts gathering thing that they had for Union Cross, they said that there will be a summon that will be appearing pretty soon, actually, that this summon, his world would only be in Union Cross. And it turns out that, that what we've seen, Ralph being the summon that we saw, we were all like, is Ralph going to be the new world? I'm pretty sure they eventually confirmed it, like some PR person said it. So we'll most likely be seeing Wreck-It Ralph in Union Cross, which is nice, but it sucks that we won't be able to, go into the actual like world in Kingdom Hearts 3, because I think that would have been awesome, to be honest. Like something like in Radiant Garden, like we had Space Paranoids as a computer. You can go to the world of Tron. It would have been nice that, like, say the Final Fantasy characters like Leon was like trying to like find something. He found like an old arcade machine, and you go through the world from there, and you can play. That would have been nice to see, but
it would have made much more sense considering it's a video game, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I guess. No, you go ahead.
I could just imagine that they could not just a one arcade cabinet like you mentioned before. Like, yeah, it sucks that we won't have it in the world from Wreck-It Ralph, but it'll be nice that who knows that in each of the arcade cabinets it'll be like kind of like mini game sections that has like certain different genres. Remember the racing world, I think, for Wreck-It Ralph?
Oh yeah. I can see that, but our mini games in this game are gonna be those classic Kingdom games, and also like the Game and Watch looking games.
Yeah, that one too.
But yeah, no, I mean, I guess it wouldn't do it faithfully, because what Wreck-It Ralph was special for was just having all those video game characters like coming in. But they could have focused it on the just the exclusive ones,
Yeah, they could.
That would have been nice, but whatever, it's fine. I mean, at least he's in the game. They acknowledged him. I mean, that's about it when it comes to Toy Story stuff, because the other stuff is the Hercules world, and, not much was shown there. It's just a battle with Rock Titan, it's nice to see Rock Titan there again.
Yes.
And pretty much he's just throwing rocks, and then the fight. Let me just tell you, those attraction flow rides are just nice. I love them. especially
there's
especially the music that plays. Like for example, in the Toy Story world, when Sora called up the Astro Blaster ride, I believe it was based off the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin ride in Disney. It plays a remix of Hand in Hand, the battle combat theme from what's it called, from Traverse Town, and the fight with Rock Titan was a remix version of the Deep End, and the battle in the Toy Box world and the Galaxy Toys was a remix of, I believe, Shrouded Dark Cloud, which was really nice to see, at least, for a massive Kingdom Hearts fan like me. But we also got to take a listen to the Toy Story battle theme, which was nice. But the world theme itself for the Toy Box was just, it's an instrumental version of You Got a Friend in Me, which made me just get the biggest goofy smile. Like, when that song comes on, I can't resist the hum.
No.
Alright, we're banning you. Thanks for having. Thanks you for being here. But yeah, no, that's about it when it comes to Kingdom Hearts stuff. Overall, I like what I saw. There are some complaints that those people said. Hopefully, it gets fixed out. And so far, from what I've seen, I think Kingdom Hearts is shaping up to be like a really good game.
It could become a Game of the Year contender, already.
Depends on when it comes out as well, because there's, like, the Game Awards, the big one that mostly everyone watches. That if it comes out in November, it's not gonna be there. So.
Well, technically, the Game Awards, when it comes to that, they usually have games from January all the way to late November, early December. So let's say if Kingdom Hearts does release sometime in December, it won't be part of the Game Awards. But if it does come out before, just say before November or around November, then it could be part of the Game Awards, and that we could see Kingdom Hearts 3 be Game of the Year contender.
Yeah, more likely, after that. Like, Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm curious, E3 is coming up. We're most likely going to be getting a new trailer. Like, Nomura did say to everyone there that he challenged every single Kingdom Hearts YouTuber there, or any news outlet, to try to keep up with the onslaught of new information, which I gotta say, I was like, I'm pretty sure, I'm gonna go out of my way, and real quick just say my prediction what the world that they're gonna show off in E3 is gonna be. They're gonna show off Big Hero 6 for the first time, and I think they're gonna confirm Frozen. That's what I believe.
A new singing world, am I right?
No. Last time we have him on the podcast. Say bye to Luigi.
No.
Bye, Luigi.
But yeah, pretty much I believe Frozen will definitely be confirmed by then. But yeah, that's about it when it comes to Kingdom Hearts stuff. Nothing else to talk about. So yeah, that's about it. Alright, let's move on, boys. What, you got something to say?
I said, I'm like, please for the Frozen world. Please.
Oh, please for the Frozen world. Don't be singing. Please.
No more PTSD from Atlantica.
And hey, I want to bring something up. Like, they did say something in, I forgot one of the notes that they said. It said you're going to go deep underwater. I don't know what that's talking about, but there's two things that came to my mind when I saw deep underwater. The first thing was Atlantica. Please no. I do not want to be dealing with swimming controls again. Please no. I don't. However,
most water levels in games tend to be people that don't like.
I mean, yeah, sure. The water levels are usually not the one, aka Water Temple and Ocarina of Time. I mean,
it's for the 3DS.
The combat was pretty. But what's it called? But they did say underwater. So yeah, Atlantica. I don't want to. I hope not. But the one that kind of got me thinking, hopefully, please. I don't think they would, but hopefully, Atlantis.
I was thinking of that right now.
Atlantis is I love that movie. Oh, it's not one that many knew. But yeah, no, that's about it. Yeah. Before we start talking about Kingdom Hearts stuff, this podcast is gonna turn to just straight up Kingdom Hearts only. Forget it. I'm gonna cut the BlazBlue part out. We're talking about Kingdom Hearts only. XD.
No.
All right, so let's move on. All right, so we're gonna be talking about this little something that I'm not a big fan of what they're doing. I mean, they have a certain series that they could be using, but they decided, let's go ahead and use this series, and that's Star Fox Grand Prix.
Oh
yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about this. So apparently Liam Robertson was the one that apparently talked about it, and these are the stuff he kind of pointed out. The game is not like F-Zero. He's seen a more complete version of the logo. The game is based on the R-Wing. Well, of course, making it different than F-Zero.
Oh no shit.
He was told the title Star Fox Grand Prix was a tentative title, so we're just kind of like, just calling it by its fake title. We'll find out what it's called later on if this comes true. The game is a mixture between classic Star Fox and racing. You shoot enemies to propel forward and get combos. You can shoot other players too. Each Grand Prix is 3 tracks with a boss fight, where the boss comes onto the track. It has a big hub area where you can interact with the Star Fox characters. You can pick new missions at the hub, and there's story content to go through. The game looks really good in motion, okay, kind of figured. He also heard Retro. Oh yeah, that's right. That's something I need to mention. Apparently Retro is making.
Studios.
Yeah, apparently Retro is making the game. He also heard Retro was considering adding cameos like Donkey King. That's my boy. Expanding dongs.
Donkey Kong piloting the R-Wing.
Donkey Kong with the Congo bongos. Let's go.
Now with a new funky mode.
Okay. And he also heard it was a 2019 game, but wouldn't be surprised if it was a 2018 game. What are your thoughts on this?
I don't think it will come out this year. Well, considering that this came out of nowhere a few weeks ago, Star Fox Grand Prix, the first of its spin-off, a mixture between, F-Zero and Diddy Kong Racing in terms of what you mentioned before, the hub world. In terms of because most people gave off the impression, F-Zero's dead now because Fox McCloud and his team are taking over the futuristic racing genre. No, this is all just a rumor. This is like a spin-off. That's how I see it in my eyes.
Yeah.
Now, with the structure of the element of racing and boss battles, I kind of developed something in my mind that I could see, when they meant by racing, basically, you shoot enemies, like a chain of enemies that extend your time, that you could continue going forward. And when the time runs out, it shows how far you reached to the end of the track and the amount of enemies killed. And I could see that it could be tracked into the online leaderboards in that sense of Star Fox Grand Prix. So I don't know if because you said before, it's not going to be like F-Zero. It's going to have all the Star Fox elements, just with the main emphasis on racing.
Yeah.
Now, for Retro Studios to make 4 years of this, it seems odd at first. Most people are probably like, I don't know, because many of us want to see the grand return of Star Fox, bring it into a brand new installment, like how Star Fox 64 and Star Fox Assault had, in terms of the Space Odyssey cinematic adventure. Because the last Star Fox we had was over-reliant on motion controls, and it was basically Star Fox 60 more. And coming off as a huge fan myself, I was disappointed. I mean, I still have the game. I'll still play to shoot for some high scores, like an arcade element there. But I wanted to see a brand new Star Fox story, the lore. So, to see Star Fox Grand Prix as a spin-off, I mean, I'm not gonna decline it, but at the same time, it'll be nice if we get a true Star Fox game, a true.
Oh yeah, and by the way,
core.
maybe this is gonna be like the Federation Force. It's gonna be a spin-off. It's gonna be a spin-off, and then there's gonna be people are gonna be like, no, we want an actual game, and then they make a better game. So we can see it like that.
I don't know.
Please don't.
No, because the Star Fox series had already suffered enough with Zero, and then some of the weird moments that happened during Assault and Command. Oh yeah, speaking of Command, most people are like, Star Fox Grand Prix, this could be one of the 9 endings from Star Fox Command, when Star Wolf has taken everything that Fox McCloud loves. Fox is feeling all depressed and sad. Falco thinks of an idea. Hey, why don't we abandon everything that we love about us being space mercenaries and devote our time to create a Grand Prix, make that as our career. And the worst part of that ending is that all the memories of the Star Fox legacy has faded away. So, to see Star Fox Grand Prix in terms of being like an open world hub like Diddy Kong Racing, I kind of like that. But in terms of the racing formula and the boss fights, I kind of like that as well. But I don't like it seeing as like this main thing. I want this to become the next big change for Star Fox to the point that it's gonna become the racing genre from there on. No,
I hope not.
I really hope not.
The idea, like, what makes me happy about this is, like, I'm pretty sure, this game's probably going to be a fun game to play. I mean, wasn't Metroid Prime Federation Force, as much as that game got, like, flack, it was actually a pretty fun game, from what I've heard.
In terms of, from what I've heard, is, like, with Federation Force, it was a fun co-op game. But to have the title Metroid slap into the cover was a turn-off for most people. If this was a different franchise, it would have been received like great reviews or something.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure this game's gonna go through a similar phase with Metroid Prime Federation Force. A lot of people are going to be really mad about it. The game's gonna come out. I don't know how well it's gonna do in sales. Probably not that much. And then people are gonna be like, "That's actually pretty fun."
But what I am happy about the Star Fox Grand Prix, like you said before, like if it turns out to be true, I like when they mentioned about like during the race you approach to these boss battles, and I would like to see these boss battles have this Star Fox pattern in terms of shooting enemies in like certain targets, like from what we've seen from the first 2 Star Fox games.
Agreed. Hey, probably the last pre they'll most likely put Andros. But what makes me smile, if this is actually true about this, what makes me happy, is more than likely we'll probably get like the other characters that they've kind of neglected showing off in probably other games. Like, I'm pretty sure Crystal was not in Star Fox Zero and all that stuff.
No, because that game was basically a retelling again of Star Fox 64.
Yeah.
But it'll be nice.
What's his name? Panther, I believe his name was.
Yeah, Panther.
Yeah. So we'll probably see like more other Star Fox characters we haven't yet seen, and maybe Star Fox 2 characters. Like that game was finally released on the SNES Classic. I still need to get an SNES Classic, by the way. If y'all want to contribute, let me know. DM me in the Twitter DMs right there. Let me know if you want to buy me an SNES Classic. I'm a broke son of a gun. Link below in the description. Okay.
Funny thing, there was at the Dolphin Mall, there was like
Boy.
I think I told you this before. At Think Geek Store, they had like 3 or 4 SNES Classic editions, and not a lot of people were like hyped up in line like we did at launch. Mm-hmm. So get yourself one. But yeah, in terms of Star Fox, not only I want to see return of all the Star Fox characters from Star Fox 2, Cat, Bill from Star Fox 64,
Bill?
Panther from Star Fox Assault, heck, even characters from Star Fox Command like Slippy's girlfriend, Peppy's daughter.
What?
Andros.
My boy Slippy getting a girl? What is this?
What is this?
You have to play Star Fox Command.
That girl was like...
I think it was Amanda, her name is.
Amanda. Amanda, you crazy for going to some guy that's always needing help.
Besides that, we got Dash, the grandson of Andros, and like some other characters. Yes, as much as I want to see those characters return, I would like to see new characters that we have not seen in the Star Fox series, like brand new characters that will help contribute into the game.
Yeah, like Baby Fox and Baby Falco. Baby Wolf.
Oh, for me to bring in Marcus McCloud, am I right?
This game, I feel like it's probably going to be fun, but I think what would have made this a little bit reassuring for people is this was actually going to be turning out to be a new F-Zero game, because I know a lot of people want to see F-Zero brought back. I mean,
yes.
The last game was on a Game Boy Advance, released only in Japan. For us in North America, it was released...
Was it DP Legends?
I think so. I'm not
Maximum Velocity?
I forgot the name. It was one of the GBA games. The last one that came out to US was on the GameCube, which was F-Zero GX, I believe.
GX.
Yeah.
I mean, like I mentioned before on the previous episode, like the closest thing that we have to F-Zero are the Fast RMX series on the Nintendo Switch. That's the closest thing we have at the moment. But let's hope that we do see a new F-Zero, like perhaps like a remake of the GameCube or the N64 in HD graphical glory. Now, in terms of Star Fox, I don't think it's gonna be 100% racing like F-Zero. Like I told you guys before, like the elements of like shooting enemies, shoot for high scores, and time extension, and then like boost for higher scores, and the fastest record time to defeat these bosses and these enemies. It'll be a nice treat. I wouldn't see this as like the Federation Force.
Oh no.
Because considering that, remember in E3 2015 we were expecting a new Metroid. and we first heard about it like from that trailer immediately. This is all rumors. We just know about this as rumors. Federation Force didn't have rumors back then. It just showed out of nowhere, and it slapped many of us in the face of the Metroid name with Star Fox Grand Prix. Like, I really hope that Retro Studios is indeed working on a new Star Fox game, and then have Grand Prix as like a side thing. That's how I want to see it. Like, because most of us, we want to see it like true Star Fox glory, like a true successor to 64 and Assault in terms of like the gameplay. I could imagine with the new Star Fox, well, even if it turns out to be Grand Prix, we could find new ways to control the R-Wing. I really hope that we find new, incredible ways to control the R-Wing.
Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna give my final thoughts on this since, like, I think it'll probably be a good game, like a fun game, maybe. I'm pretty sure, like, as much as no one really wanted a Star Fox racing game, I still think it'll probably be a nice, fun game. I'm not too sure how well it'll sell. I wish it was an F-Zero game, sure, but whatever, you know what? It's probably gonna be a fun game. I'll probably pick it up later on down the line. It's not gonna be like something that I'm gonna, if it turned out to be true. It's not something I'll go out of my way to pick up and all that stuff. What about you guys?
Like, I'll consider buying it to see how it does well in terms of like the gameplay, the concept, the features, everything. But it like as a spin-off, I might like, I'll get it day one, but it's not something that I'll be hyped for, like what I once did with Star Fox Zero and Star Fox Guard, which was another spin-off. But I'll consider getting it to see how it performs, because what I did like from what they mentioned before in the leaks and rumors is this Diddy Kong Racing like hub world, which could help expand the lore and interaction with the characters of the Star Fox. But overall, like, I'll try to be careful on like what it has to offer for Star Fox Grand Prix. So I'll buy it because I'm a huge fan, but I'm not gonna be like boasting about like, oh, this is gonna be the greatest Star Fox. No. I'll just be very careful when buying the game.
All right, and what about you, Pastel and Crouton?
I'm too broke for Switch, so I can't buy it.
Great opinion. Okay, what about you, Crouton?
Well, it's probably gonna turn out kind of like what I did for ARMS, where I didn't pre-order it, but the first day it came out, I was like, you know what, I'll just pick it up, maybe, just to check it out, and if I don't like it, I'll sell it.
No, there's probably gonna be more content in Star Fox Grand Prix than ARMS.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, Star Fox Grand Prix is just, on the ideas put on paper, I don't like it at all. But if it turns out to be interesting from a gameplay perspective when they first show it off, I'm gonna be like, maybe I'll buy it.
Look, you know what? To make it better for you, we'll put some anime waifus in it. How does that sound?
Oh, okay. Well, first they buy.
First day buy. There we go. All right, there you go, guys. That's how you get. That's how you get first day buys on anything. Put in a cute anime waifu on it.
Without
Especially for
furries,
Crouton.
please.
What?
Yeah, I mean, just slap some anime waifus in F parentheses ox 0.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Oh boy, I see what you did there. All right.
Do you guys think Star Fox Grand Prix, like, it's gonna have like local multiplayer? Do you guys believe it's gonna have online for sure? Because Star Fox Zero, with Star Fox Zero, people are expecting, it's gonna have online multiplayer, just like Star Fox Command. A game on a freaking DS, Star Fox Command had online multiplayer, while the other Star Fox thing had local. So me and Star Fox fans, we're waiting for a true online multiplayer Star Fox experience. Do you think we're gonna have that in Star Fox Grand Prix?
Online multiplayer, more than like, it's a racing game, you know. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna like want to do it, especially with the Switch's online coming up soon. As much as I'm not a fan of what they're doing with the online system, you know, I personally don't think it's worth $20. But they're gonna probably want to try to push people to pay for the online, so they're gonna probably make games that'll like make you want to play online and all that stuff. Like,
yeah, and also like continue to push local wireless LAN play, just like with Splatoon, Mario Kart, ARMS, Rocket League, and then put that to Star Fox.
All right, so overall, are we done with Star Fox? Y'all good? Got your?
Yes.
All right, y'all, we're good. All right, so I guess we're gonna go ahead and move on. So we're gonna move on to this next game. Now, this next game, when it comes to all the rumors that have been coming out, has been playing with me. Cause like, let's be honest, like, I wouldn't mind if this happens. I just don't want it to happen.
Minecraft crossover.
Yeah, no, that would be great. But
PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale 2, baby.
get out.
Please add Crash and Spiral on that game.
Let me just go ahead and kick out Theo from this podcast. XD.
Yo, stop.
Oh.
Crouton.
Croton. No, his name. Okay, but
Me.
Oh.
Oh.
But what's it called? But I'm pretty sure if this comes out in terms of gameplay, it'll probably play good. Like, you know, it's the same game. You know, I mean, they don't really change up the gameplay, but it's just interesting to what they're doing, and I'm pretty sure y'all know what I'm talking about. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu.
Oh,
Let's
this
go,
one.
Eevee.
And Let's Go Eevee too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot of things that's been going on with this. Like, for example, like the logo leak that came out, which everyone was like, "Oh my goodness, what?" The domains were registered, and everyone was like, "What?" Okay, maybe someone bought it, but it turned out that the person who bought the domain was the same company that registered Sun and Moon. So I'm pretty sure right there, this is confirmed to be true. And not only
Going back to the roots, I assume, for Pokemon on Switch.
yeah, it's interesting. There's supposedly supposed to be some Pokemon announcement by the end of this month, supposedly. So we'll see if the Emily Rogers thing comes true. If not, we go over to her and be like, "Girl,
You liar.
you lie." And yeah, so let's break down supposedly what's going to be coming for this game. Like Pokemon Go's first release, only Kanto Pokemon will be available in Let's Go. Now here's the thing. If they're talking about the main story, you know, where you can only catch Kanto Pokemon, that makes sense. You know, we're going to the Kanto region, you know, so that makes sense. But you know, we'll make some Pokemon, like in my personal opinion, not that useful, like Magneton. I personally don't use Magneton. I'd rather have it be Magnezone. So I mean, I wouldn't mind going back to just focusing on Kanto Pokemon. So I mean, that's okay. However, if there is only going to be Kanto Pokemon, like even when you beat the game, there's no way of transferring your other Pokemon to this game. I don't know. I'm probably going to be kind of disappointed.
That would be a
Don't
nice
talk
feature.
to me about transfer.
That would be a nice feature.
Has all
if-
the PTSD of cosplay Pikachu.
Oh yeah.
Pikachu, no. Rest in peace, cosplay Pikachu. Rest in peace, Pikachu Libre.
Oh no.
But yeah, no, it's I hope it's like we were able to catch other Pokemon, like, you know, like with Fire and Leaf Green when they were remade, they added the Sevi Islands, and there you were able to catch Johto Pokemon. With the Switch's capabilities, they can easily just port over the Johto region.
I was thinking that it would be cool because we've seen like a few Nintendo Switch games that have connections with the 3DS, a la Monster Hunter Ultimate. The one that's coming out for the Switch, there's some transferring the content capabilities between the Nintendo Switch and the 3DS with Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Generation Ultimate, my bad. I could see that with Pokemon as well. Like, have all those Pokemons that you capture from X and Y, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, and Sun and Moon, transfer to the Pokebank. And it'll be nice if we get like the Switch version of the Pokemon Bank to be transferred into the Nintendo Switch, so that we could be able to have Pokemons on the Nintendo Switch transferred from the 3DS.
I'll like it.
It'll be
too.
nice.
I mean,
Yeah, it'll be great.
we'll find out if that happens. But like, I would love, like, more specifically, since we're going back to Kanto. Actually, you know, before we go all crazy, let's go ahead and talk about the other stuff that supposedly is going to be here. It's going to be a Pokemon Yellow remake. You know.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that too.
Yeah. So instead of getting Red and Blue remakes, we're getting you know, Yellow.
Yeah.
And apparently going to be two versions. Once again, I kind of like talked about this before. But like Pokemon, it seems like the Pokemon company is getting a bit too money hungry, in my opinion, because usually when they would make a third version of something, they would only make like one game. Like, for example, you know, with Ruby and Sapphire, we had Emerald, the complete version.
Diamond and Pearl,
we had Platinum. It seems like they're just going to continue going on with this route. Like, with Sun and Moon, we got Ultra Sun and Ultra Moons. And so instead of making one remake of Yellow, they're probably just gonna end up making continue like with Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee to split it up. I'm pretty sure like everyone's gonna pick Let's Go Eevee. Let's be honest.
I was like,
Excuse you?
What?
actually, I'm more of Let's Go Pikachu, but ever since I've been using a lot of with Sylveon, Leafeon, heck, even in Pokemon Sun, I'm like, you know what? I should get Let's Go Eevee as well. I might get both versions. I don't care.
Yeah, me either. I don't mind. But yeah, no, you guys wouldn't pick Pokemon Let's Go Eevee?
Well, I would.
Well, no,
What
I'm
about
talking
you,
about Crouton and Pastel. They were like, excuse me? I'm like, you guys wouldn't pick?
Oh yeah. Yes.
My boy Pikachu is forever in my heart. I mean Eevee's cute and all, but Pikachu though.
And you, what about you too, Theo? You, Crouton, you wouldn't pick it up? I mean, the Let's Go Pikachu version? Let's Go Eevee, my bad.
None of those.
Oh, you wouldn't. I know he doesn't care about Pokemon too much.
I mean, I don't care too much, but I mean, I thought that the new game on Switch would make me pick it up, but if it turns out to be Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, I'm gonna be like,
I'm still gonna pick it up. I mean, if it plays just like regular
Same.
Pokemon, that's all that really matters to me, you know?
Yeah.
There's-
Yeah, as long as we get like beautiful like true HD glory for the first time, because the last console Pokemon we have ever gotten was Battle Revolution on the Wii.
Mhm.
oh my god.
They probably play something
So
like
I-
Coliseum in terms of like how it will look like, but it would just looking a little bit better.
Or like heck, even XD Gale of Darkness.
Yeah. All right, so let's continue what's going to be shown off here real quick, because we got to continue before we start speculating. Red and blue are supposedly going to be here. However, we're not going to be playing as them. Supposedly, we're going to be playing as a new character, and your rival are the
Yellow.
new trainers. Yeah. Oh my god. Following Pokemon will return, so we'll have our Pokemon behind us. That would actually be nice. I would love for that to happen. HMs are still replaced with like a Poké Ride thing from Alola. Thank God, honestly. Can we all be honest here? I'm pretty sure no one wanted what's it called? HMs back.
I do.
You wanted HMs back? Get
Wait,
out.
What?
HMs, like Rock Smash, Surf. That
Yeah.
you need to teach them on a Pokemon to remove them. You got to go to like a remover.
Pull out your Waylords and Linoons.
Yep. Ugh. It was not fun. So I'm actually happy if turns out to be true with the Poké Ride. That'd be nice.
If they could bring back features that we like from Sun and Moon into the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, it'll be great.
All right, so let's continue here. There's going to be an online hub for players, so that'll be nice. Like a group, like you got a hub and we all like group up there and all that stuff. We can do everything.
Isn't it like kind of like the festival kind of thing, like the online? It wasn't an online hub for Sun and Moon, but it was basically
Like a
little-
minigame kind of thing,
Yeah, I was
I
thinking of
think
that.
it'll be something like that, but like I think it'll be something where we all can connect and we actually will be able to like meet up in real time instead of it just being like, oh, we just appeared there,
Yeah, and just do like trades, battle, anytime, anywhere.
And because the name has Go in it, apparently there's gonna be Pokemon Go integration. I'm not picking up. Yeah, I'm not picking up no Pokemon Go. Miss me with that. I am gonna pick up Pokemon
My
Go.
heart.
Go outside.
Yep. Rewards in game and in Go for linking the two together. So there'll be like some rewards. So that's pretty cool. I'll download it just to link it up and then uninstall. Because honestly,
In terms of receiving like cool rewards and content, then
yeah, I honestly don't care for Pokemon Go. A new accessory can be used with both Go and the games, so we'll find out what that new accessory is. And apparently the announcement is soon and it's supposed to release this year. Alright, so now we can go crazy. Me personally, I don't think this is the game they're working on. I think this is going to be something to hold us off, if this turns out to be true, for Gen 8. That's what I believe.
the 8th gen.
Yeah. So now we can all go crazy and you can go ahead and speculate what would be in this game. Me personally, if this game turns out to be true, I would love for there to be the Johto region that we can explore after completing Kanto. I think that would be a nice bonus content to do because honestly I love Johto as a region.
Johto region is actually one of my favorites,
Yes.
especially when playing. I think it was Gold and Silver. No, especially the remake, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I had Soul Silver.
Yeah.
I still have it, and it's like, oh my god, that game is holy shit fun.
Yeah.
Totodile forever.
Cyndaquil of my life. But what's it called?
Chikorita.
What? Bye.
No,
What?
no,
Get out!
leave my Chikorita
No.
alone.
You mentioned Chikorita, you get the boot nug.
Oh no.
But yeah, no, the Johto region would honestly be nice to explore again. I would love an area like the Sevi Islands to return again. Maybe something like in new areas where we can catch like other region Pokemon, like because I'm pretty sure they wouldn't integrate every single region, you know? Like I think they would just kind of like make like if they add more Pokemon, I hope. After the post game, like you'll be able to go to like islands and like in those islands there'll be like people and like you'll be able to find specific Pokemon from like certain regions. Not every Pokemon, you know, which would make sense. So like you have one island, oh you can find some Hoenn Pokemon here. Oh you got this island, oh you can find some Sinnoh, you know, like something like that. But yeah, that's about it. What I can expect. Personally, if I was to choose between one of the two, I'm gonna choose Pokemon Go Eevee just because. Let's Go Eevee because, what's it called? With all the Eevee, well, I'm pretty sure it's only
The
gonna be focused on
evolutions.
Kanto. Yeah, I could probably choose Jolteon and
Flareon or
well, not
Vapor.
Flareon too much, but Vaporeon and or Jolteon. You know, those are
I
the
might
two.
go with Vaporeon this one. Personally, I will get Let's Go Pikachu because I love Pikachu. Like we all love Pikachu, but I'll still consider getting Let's Go Eevee just
But-
for the sake because I love Eevee. But I'm still more Pikachu, so I'll still get first Let's Go Pikachu and then Let's Go Eevee later down the line.
Because I heard that whichever one you choose will be your starter. So if you choose Let's Go Pikachu, you gotta get Pikachu as your starter, and you know if you choose Let's Go Eevee, you'll get Eevee as your starter. Let me tell you
And will these
something. If I gotta choose between those two, I'm gonna choose Eevee because let's just be honest, Jolteon's way better than Raichu. Raichu's hot garbage compared to Jolteon. We started
I really
debates,
hope-
boys.
I
Well,
really
I mean,
hope
you're not
that.
wrong.
Well, you're not wrong.
It's true.
Well, I think we're gonna have like these Pokemons walk behind us, right? Like
Yeah,
for our starters, kind of like with Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. That these Pokemon
Yeah.
were
oh, that would be nice.
always behind us.
If we
I
evolved
was
them.
thinking of that.
Pokémon.
I was thinking of that when you said when Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. They're these one of the most iconic Pokemons out there to be there beside you instead of being inside of their Pokeball.
But why didn't we get Let's Go Jigglypuff?
Stop.
But yeah, no, pretty much Pikachu and Eevee are like two of the most popular Pokemon out there, you know, which makes sense. you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I honestly, it makes
It-
sense. You know, Pokemon Yellow, the main focus was Pikachu and Eevee. You know, Blue had
Mhm.
Eevee, and Red had Pikachu.
Besides Pikachu, who is another well-known Pokemon? Eevee, by obvious means.
I'm interested.
Jigglypuff.
Stop.
It is though.
I mean, you're not wrong, but yeah, no. Well, the most popular Pokemon in Japan, believe it or not, is actually Greninja. But yeah, no.
Can you blame them?
I don't blame. He's probably nerfed anyways, but
Whoa.
but
Leave Greninja alone.
I'm curious to see what your rival would choose to like counteract you because in Pokemon Yellow, your rival would choose Eevee, like Blue would choose Eevee and Red would choose Pikachu, you know?
hmm
But your rivals Eevee will evolve depending on what Eevee you would evolve when eventually you get your hands on Eevee. And you know, like so example, you evolve the Eevee into I
It's
believe
gonna be like the
Vaporeon.
element thing.
Yeah, if you evolve Eevee into Vaporeon, Blue would get him to Jolteon. So what are they gonna
Yes.
do here when it comes to you know type advantage?
What if you evolve Eevee into Jolteon though? What's your rival gonna do then?
Flareon, pretty much. Pretty much, Jolteon was like the best one to choose because he would just bring out Flareon, which.
Yeah.
Actually, hold up, wait. Would it be Flareon? Yeah, yeah. Because Flareon, if you choose
Yeah,
Flareon, he'll
Flareon.
bring out Vaporeon. But yeah, no, pretty much like.
Yeah, it's like an elemental factor. If you choose one, you're gonna bring a Pokemon that could lead an advantage to your Pokemon, kind of thing.
Now, my question is, are they gonna do what they did in Pokemon Yellow? Because in Pokemon Yellow, you can get all the starters from Red and Blue, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. They're like given to you by like certain people in certain towns. Are they gonna do that here, or are we gonna have like a later on town where like, oh look, I got Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle, and that is what will determine what will be the Pokemon that will be counter against you?
I mean, we'll have to see.
Yeah, no, we're just thinking here, you know. Because honestly, like I think this has potential. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a fun game overall. I'm not too much of a fan of like because apparently they said catching Pokemon is gonna work like at Pokemon Go. I didn't mention this, I believe. Yeah, where like you can actually spin it and all that stuff for a higher chance and all that stuff.
No.
Get ready to cramp up your throwing fingers.
No. Why? No, we prefer the original formula. Like once you reach into a very low HP health, toss any Pokeball, and capture it that way.
I know,
We
right?
don't
Yeah,
need
I
the
prefer that.
casual way.
I don't want that
We don't
casual,
want the casual
way.
way.
I hope that's
We
just
prefer-
another way because if that's the case, I'm not gonna do that way. I'm just gonna be like
No.
catching Pokemon like I normally do, weaken them up.
The classic way.
Pretty much, like that's pretty much how I
Yeah.
catch them. No, thank you for the spinning.
Buying it.
He's not buying it because he only likes garbage game. What?
Hold up, my boy.
He likes Bubsy and all that stuff.
Squalala!
What?
XD, no, but yeah, no. Overall, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee sound interesting. I'm pretty. If it happens, it happens. I'm not gonna be like. I'm kind. The
Either
only thing I'm
way.
gonna be ish is gonna be like, where's Gen 8? If it doesn't.
Either way, it's gonna sell millions of copies.
Oh yeah, Pokemon's a massive seller. Like they see Pokemon, that
Yeah.
thing's flies off the shelf.
Especially Japan when they announced their Nintendo Switch without their dock bundle.
Boys. Oh well, undocked. There's no plans of that coming to the U.S.
Yeah, I've read about that. Which I'm happy about because, sorry if I'm going a little off topic, but it kind of correlates to Pokemon because a lot of people still contribute to Pokemon in a portable gaming fashion.
We're going off topic. Oh, you're banned. Get out.
No, I didn't say that we were off topic because the portable aspect of the Switch, without the dock and taking the games on the go, especially in the franchise like Pokemon, that's been selling huge on portable systems, is still gonna sell well no matter what. It's gonna sell like massive hotcakes.
You know, I got a random theory that this is just meant to be like kind of like a spin-off of the main series, and a way to hold us off until the next portable Nintendo console, and then they release that, which will, I believe, would be stronger than the 3DS, and then they pull out Gen 8 there on that portable console. That's just something I've been thinking of, like, as a theory. Like, what if they're just gonna just do this as a way? It's like, oh no, we're gonna have Pokemon games here. They're gonna play like the main game, but they're not gonna be related to the main games. You get what I'm saying?
So you're saying that we're gonna get like the 8th gen Pokemon on the 3DS successor?
Oh yeah, like that's what I'm believing. You know, it's like just a theory I've been thinking of. Like, what if this is just meant to hold us off until then? That's what I've been thinking. I wouldn't be surprised.
I actually read from a source that this Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee would be kind of like a reboot.
Kanto boys.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought the whole time. Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. Go back to the origins, but with new gameplay experiences that you can only do on the Switch.
No. That's not what a reboot is.
Like just like a whole reboot of the story.
Experiencing other things with the gameplay and all that.
I hope it's like an alternate kind of thing, like where it's just its own thing, like, you know, with it's not connected to like the main handheld story. But I wouldn't mind it either way. Like, you know, if I would like it actually to be like spin-off core Pokemon games on like on home consoles, that, and then you have the main games on the, you know, on the next handheld. At least I hope that ends up being the case.
Think of it as like the Crash games, the first ones, and then you got Crash over Mutant or whatever.
Think of it like Minecraft 2.
That's kind of like what a reboot is.
You gotta think of it like Minecraft 2,
No, I know what you mean by
boys.
reboot.
Boy.
But yeah, no. I not that I have high hopes for it. You know, I have my hopes that this might actually be good. You know, like, I mean, no Pokemon game that that follows the core formula has always been bad. You know, in terms of gameplay, everything's been good. In my
Am I the only one who want to see like a really good, a really fun Pokemon Mystery Dungeon on the Switch?
I mean, I think we would all love Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Because when it comes to like the most successful Pokemon spin-off titles, I usually think Pokemon Snap and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, especially the last one that came on the 3DS. That one was hella fun. It had a lot of
the other one that came out on 3DS, Gates to Infinity, was
oh no! I'm talking about Super. I'm talking about Super Mystery Dungeon.
That was actually fun from what I've heard.
No. We're talking about good mystery dungeons here.
Super Mystery Dungeon.
Oh, let's get a HD remake of Explorers of Sky.
Why?
Why not?
It's pretty gay.
Get out.
Nope.
We're offending gays, your boy.
I don't think they have played the Explorer series.
Like, Explorers of Sky is... Oof. No, I'm pretty sure Travis has definitely played Explorers of Sky.
Yes.
So he doesn't... Like, he knows how good of a story that game is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like, yeah. So that's pretty much our expectations of, like, let's go Yellow and... let's go Pikachu and let's go Eevee.
Yeah.
I feel like if it follows the main core of the gameplay and all stuff, it's going to be fun, you know. Pokemon's never been a game that's not fun, you know. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll just be a fun game if it turns out to be true. We'll find out come E3, or if this announcement comes before E3 in May.
Well, except those Pokemon bootleg games, they're not that fun.
We need you to stop right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
vamos a ver what happens with the series. We're going Spanish now, alright?
Is that Spanish?
Yeah.
Get out of my French server.
What?
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Alright, so I think we're all ready for this one. Number 5 is the one I think we're all going to be like, oh boy, here we go.
We're going
This
to
is-
create a
Oh,
debate.
boy.
We're all ready for this one. This is what all we've been ready for. I lost the page. Hold up. I have everything here, and I lost
He
it.
was so excited he lost the page.
I lost it. All right, y'all ready for this?
Yes.
We're moving to Smash. All right, that's it. We're Smash. We're done with Smash. Right, no more Smash for
Moving
you.
on to Smash. Critical silence.
All right, so let's pull it up. Okay, so before I begin, this Reddit user, when it comes to stuff that he leaks, a lot of it is a bunch of BS, and some of it actually comes out to be true. And
Yeah, piece of garbage.
he, oh my god, like the Street Fighter stuff he did leak, most of them came out correctly, but some of them was wrong, so most of it was correct. Stuff like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, all that stuff was like, that game is probably just like dead with no more DLC for that game. And he did predict Soul Calibur 6, I believe. He didn't predict that it'll come. He did predict that it'll come to the Switch, but we haven't gotten a Switch announcement. So yeah, some stuff that
Now
he
with
predicted.
Yoda.
He did predict a World Ends With You. However, he said World Ends With You 2 for Switch. But however, we do have a World Ends With You coming to the Switch. You know?
Yeah. Like a remake.
Yeah, it's a remake with a extended prologue, you know, or epilogue. I forgot.
Yeah, because it will help bring people who have not heard of it, because it came out on the DS that only
A few people.
Only a niche audience knew about the game.
Yeah.
So bring that to the Switch.
A
It's
niche-
gonna bring like a massive following, and then those people who are new to the game on the Switch will want to see a sequel.
Well, there's a reason why this game's getting rebooted, honestly, and that's because of the fact that, like, The World Ends With You was a good game that everyone knew, that was really fun, that played it and knew that it was a super good game. However, it didn't sell well.
That's why it was a niche audience that only a few
Exactly.
people knew about it.
However, come Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, they added in the World Ends With You characters, and everyone started loving these characters and wanted to play their games. They probably saw these people, Kingdom Hearts fans, that saw that they wanted to play their games, and that's why they're rebooting it. You know, and it's only on Switch. But anyways, that's all about the Smash stuff. So yeah, this guy, yeah, as you can see, he has some stuff that's come out to be true. Most of the stuff that's come out to be wrong. He said definitely. This person has said that definitely we're gonna be finding out about Smash this year's E3, and Nintendo pretty much confirmed that's gonna be the main focus. More than likely at the end of E3, that's what they're gonna show off.
Oh yeah.
They did mention that Bandai Namco was working on it again. I remember hearing that much. I do remember a posting that Sakurai posted, working for Smash 6, like I think 2 years ago or 3. It was like
Does it mean 5?
no, Smash 6. And,
Smash 6.
Yeah, and I'm like, huh? Because
yeah.
Because here's the thing, Sakurai considers the 3DS version Smash 4, and he considers
4.
the Wii U version Smash 5. So this possibly could be the Smash 6 that he's been working on. So who knows how long Sakurai's been working on this game? I mean, he did say his workspace has been comfortable, so you know that's a good thing. The guy's not overextending himself. This ain't no melee rush.
No, he worked himself hard during the Wii and 3DS era of Smash. So
So yeah, this guy has said there's gonna be 3 characters that are gonna be coming to the upcoming Smash. The first one, I'm gonna get out of the way. Ice Climber's coming back. I think every single leaker has said this. Okay, like every leaker's said that. Oh, Ice Climber's gonna come back. But not only that, every fan wants Ice Climbers back. honestly.
There's
I
no
don't know.
doubt that Ice Climbers will return to Smash.
Exactly. Like their reasoning for being cut out, everyone knows, was because
The
of
limitations of
on
the
the
3DS.
yeah, blame the 3DS. Don't put Smash on the 3DS ever again.
Don't do it ever again, Sakurai.
XD. Nah, it probably will happen. But yeah, no, they did have trouble trying to get Ice Climbers to work on the 3DS, so that's why they were cut. So
Yeah.
Ice Climbers do have a high chance of returning for the Smash, and I do hope that comes out to be the case. Overall, I think this leaker is just kind of saying what everyone's saying in terms of this character. Now we move on to the big two. What in the worlds? The second one I want to mention is Simon Belmont.
Oof.
Simon Belmont.
Ooh.
I would not mind Simon Belmont in this game. Okay, like I mean, that would be the second Konami rep. Castlevania is a classic, and all that stuff, you know. So seeing
And it's been there with Nintendo since the very beginning.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Seeing Simon Belmont's in, you know, a classic, you know. So seeing Simon Belmont in Smash would be really nice to see. You know, I wouldn't complain. I mean, he would have probably some interesting movesets. He has his whip that he can use and all these other moves that he has in the classic Castlevania games and onward. However, I think
That's right.
I think Alucard would have been a better choice, even though I think
Wait, hold
Alucard
on.
wouldn't be in the game.
The second Konami, right?
The second Konami rep, yeah.
I mean,
We-
do you count Metal Gear Solid? like
Snake is the
Snake?
first one.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
the first.
No, because in Smash 4 there's no snakes.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's why I said second. The
Yeah,
second
it was
Konami
the
rep. I
second
mean,
game.
it's like Bayonetta. Bayonetta's the second Sega rep.
Yeah.
But the big one that I'm just kind of like, now you're talking some BS. He mentioned that Ridley's gonna be in this game. Okay, Ridley
I
in
know-
this game. Look, let me just say something. With Sakurai being at the helm of these games, he's pretty much stated outright that as long as he's in charge, there will be no Ridley in this game. Ridley's just too dang big.
I was gonna say
Exactly.
that. As
Mhm.
much as many fans really want to see Ridley, like when we saw him as like one of the stage gimmicks in Smash 4 in the Metroid stage, yeah, he is big. Like we're not gonna have this iconic villain from the Metroid series shrink down just to fight with other Nintendo all-stars. No, like he's too big.
I mean, well, Olimar was kind of increased. I mean, when you think about it, because Olimar is actually pretty damn small.
He's
And
the
so was
size of a
Kirby.
double A
And so
battery.
was Kirby. Kirby was definitely increased. He's only 8 inches tall.
Yeah, and like I'm pretty like they
Yeah.
increase, you know. So, if anything, they may be decrease. Well, I was gonna say Bowser, but Bowser's had like different, like you know, sizes with each and every
He's had
game.
varying sizes with every
Yes.
Yeah.
new installment of Mario.
Yeah, but Ridley, I don't think it would do justice. It's like with King K. Rool. As much as I would love King K. Rool, I don't think it would happen because King K. Rool. Let's be honest, King K. Rool's huge compared to Donkey Kong. Like, he's
he
enormous.
really is, though.
Like
I'll be
so-
honest. Between KK Rool and Ridley, if any of these two characters have a more chance, I'll say KK Rool.
No, Funky Kong.
Oh no.
Funky Kong.
Funky
with the
Kong.
funky
No,
mode.
I'm on the roots for Dixie Kong for Smash.
Yes, thank you. I'm
Okay.
not the only. What? Get by.
What?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Dixie
No,
Kong
you-
for Smash. Oh
Yes.
my god, Crouton. Dixie Kong has a lot of potential, especially her moveset using her ponytail.
No,
Let's save that.
Chunky
Let's
Kong.
save that for the E3 Smash
I know.
predictions. We'll save that for later.
I know, I'm just wanting Dixie for Smash.
I mean, I
Yeah, but
I
Chunky
understand.
We
Kong.
all do.
Look, if anything, we'll get Bubsy in Smash. Okay.
Cranky Kong.
No,
Okay, the moment
Bubsy.
we get Bubsy and Smash, I give up.
But yeah, no,
Like,
like
outright.
honestly, like I can believe this leak on some characters like Ice Climbers, Simon Belmont. I just don't believe him for Ridley being playable in this game. Like
Nah.
Ridley,
Ridley, that's a bunch of shenanigans right there.
pretty much like Ridley's just a character that's like, I feel like he's just meant to be a boss, you know. And by the
Yeah.
way, speaking of that, you know, I would love to see like some kind of story mode again, if that ever happens, you know, and Ridley would appear there once again. And if there is a story
Another
mode,
subspace emissary.
Subspace
Yeah.
Emissary successor.
however, I would like
need
it to
it.
actually have Nintendo themed enemies. Because, like, the problem with the Subspace Emissary, in my opinion, was the fact that it was, like, a lot of unique enemies, and we are just like, why? I mean, I didn't
Like
mind them.
Smash theme enemies that.
Yeah, that
I
was
mean, they were
completely
nice
new.
and all, but to make this a very engaging universe of the world Nintendo,
Mhm.
Nintendo themed enemies. Like, technically, we did had
Yeah,
several
some, like Goombas and Koopa Troopas, like, you know.
And
But
the
like,
Waddle Dee.
I want to take an example from, what's this game? Smash Run, on the
Yes.
3DS. Look how many Nintendo enemies are there.
Oh yeah, it's like the city trial.
Yeah, no, like I can't.
Or
I
Premiere Event.
throw it. I want to beat up a Ghastly. We poke
Sure,
abuse
let's-
in here. Call
Sure,
Peter.
let's try to punch gas.
Look,
Does
okay,
that
look.
make sense?
Pokemon makes no sense. Okay, calm down. But
Oh my god.
what's it called? Yeah, no, like, but yeah, I would like to see a Subspace Emissary with like characters like really like a huge variety, and also include areas from other Nintendo games. Like, you know, we have Peach's Castle in one area. Oh, we got Hyrule Field over here. It's like, oh look, we have Green Hill Zone over here. You know what? Well, if Sonic returns. Oh look, we got we got Corneria over here. You know, you get me?
Yes.
But
All
yeah,
the
no.
worlds are connected.
Our worlds are get this Kingdom Hearts cheese out of here.
What?
But yeah, no, yeah. Overall, like, I think this leaker is saying a lot of BS, except for probably mainly Ice Climbers. Simon Belmont, a possibility. Ridley, no. Overall, what do you guys think of this leaker saying these three characters?
Ice Climbers is without a doubt. They will appear in Smash Brothers. Simon is a higher chance, but it's maybe. And then Ridley, as much as I'd like to see him fight in Smash, he's just too big. So no.
No.
What about you? Crouton, what about you?
Well, the big thing is, of course, Ridley. Yeah, see what I did there? Okay, no.
Banned from all podcasts.
God damn it.
You pun.
No, but seriously, Ridley is the big factor that makes this leak quite fake.
Indeed.
And also the guy who leaks is not that credible.
Yep.
But I see Simon Belmont being in Smash, or as well as the Ice Climbers making a return.
I'm pretty
so-
sure Ice Climbers are possible, like 100%.
Yeah, like this leak is basically 10% real.
And what about you, Pastel?
Ridley is a no.
That's it. That's all he needs to say. Ridley, no. Okay.
That's all I need to say. Ridley is a no. Other than that, you know, why not the other two? You know.
Yeah,
But
and
haven't
before
you seen him in the OG Metroid? He's small.
boy, yes, and
Still
before-
not small enough.
But before we move on to our last topic, I do want to mention something about Square Enix that they did. HMK had an interview with one of the guys. I think it was the VIP of, I forgot what he was the VIP of, but he was from Disney Japan, and he asked him about the question about Sora and the possibilities of him being in Smash, and the guy went into detail on how it works. They get Sora as guest characters. Like
Sora.
Sora to appear anywhere. They don't. They have
Okay,
like, Disney owns the rights. We know, like they confirmed straight up there. Disney
Yeah, Disney.
owns all the Kingdom Hearts rights, all the original characters. However, even though they could do whatever they want with Sora, they don't. They before they even do anything with Sora, they actually go ask Nomura and ask for his opinion on can we do this character justice? You know? So,
Yeah.
you know, they want to do the character justice. They want to, like, you know, they don't want to just shoehorn him in the game. So, if anything, if Sora is to be in Smash, you know, it's a possibility. I just don't think it'll be, judging from what he said to HMK, he might not be in the main roster, which, you know, kind of sucks, but possibly we might see him as DLC, kind of similar with Cloud, you know? So, I did want to mention that, so I would love to see Sora in Smash. I mean, I think a lot of us would.
The Disney version of Genkaiwa.
Genkaiwa weebs. All right, so let's move on to I think our last topic here. We're gonna spend a lot. We're gonna spend a little bit on this.
Oh my god.
Y'all already know. Y'all, if this turns out to be true, we gotta talk about it right now. You ready? The N64 trademark.
Oof.
Oh.
All right, that's it. Thank you for watching, guys.
Oh, mother.
Yeah, no. Nintendo recently came out and trademarked the N64 and all that stuff. So, a lot of us are thinking that, is this gonna be an N64 Mini? And a lot of people have already pretty much gone in and given their predictions on what they would think would appear in if the N64 Mini would just show up. Oh, how many games does the NES Mini have? 30, right?
30.
30, and the SNES at 21. Okay, I'm gonna go on the limb and say we're gonna get 15 games.
That's what I thought of.
15. What do you?
Same.
15.
Yeah.
I'm.
Not 20.
What about you, Pastel? What do you think? 15?
Yeah, I think 15.
I think 15 is a good number. The price, I'm not too sure. I can't really predict the price. However, I listed down like 22 games that I think are possible in this. And out of all of them, I think 15 would be in here. So, so hear me out on this and let me know what you think. Super Mario 64, Ocarina of
Definitely.
Time,
Yes.
Mario Kart 64,
Totally.
Majora's
Totally.
Mask,
Definitely.
Donkey Kong
Yeah.
64,
Please.
Star
Believe
Fox
it.
64,
Oh my god.
Please do it.
Paper Mario.
Yes.
Hopefully,
Maybe,
I don't
yeah.
think it would happen. Pokemon Snap.
Oh,
It's possible.
Yeah.
I certainly hope so.
Yes.
Possible.
Yoshi's Story.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Wave Race 64.
Such a
Okay.
classic.
Yeah, F-Zero X.
Please.
Kirby
Yeah.
64. The Crystal Shards. I think that's a massive, like, guaranteed thing.
Yes.
100% yes.
I put Mario Party 2 because that's what mostly everyone I hear talks about the best Mario Party, but either Mario Party 1, 2, or 3 will be in here.
Mario Party 1 might be a little bit complicated, but I'll tell you that why.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's the duel with the analog stick and your hand, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mario Tennis. Pilot Wing 64. I kind of threw in my
Yes.
own guess, like third-party game here. Bomberman 64.
Yes.
It will do great justice.
Pokemon Stadium, and I also put Pokemon Stadium 2. However, either both would be here or just the first one. That's what I think.
One of
only
the other,
one of
or
them.
one of the other.
Yeah, one or the
Yeah.
other, whichever one. I put something crazy. I put Excite Bike 64.
Boy.
Actually,
Ha 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 ha.
no, actually, it's possible. They put Excite Bike 64 on the Wii U's Virtual Console in 64, so we could see Excite Bike. It's still a well-known franchise.
Yeah. Harvest Moon 64.
Yes.
Woo.
Mario Golf, and lastly, the original Smash. That's
Of
Boy,
it.
that's more than 15 games.
Look, I told you I could put like 21
He put
something games.
22 games
22
on
games,
his wish list of the N64
Yeah,
Classic.
and what I think would be possible.
Yeah, but
Um,
what if we tone it down to 15? Exactly, that's why.
We'll break it down in a bit. We'll know when we.
We'll break it down later.
Yeah, but I do want to mention before we continue on, as much as I would love to see them here, even though actually recently, I believe that Rare said that they're down with anyone using their IPs and all that stuff. So there's a possibility. However, I don't think it would happen. They came out. Not that they came out. I'm sorry. With Rare being owned by Microsoft, I pretty much believe we won't see Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie,
No.
Conker's Bad Fur Day, and Killer Instinct Gold. Was there any other Rare game that I forgot?
GoldenEye.
Golden, well, GoldenEye most likely. Oh, and Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't forget Force Gemini.
Oh, I didn't even put
Yeah.
that on my list.
Oh,
But
and
that's
Killer
more-
Instinct.
That's more towards like rare like IP.
That's rare right there.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I believe that those games won't even be here as much as I would love them. Like that, the N64 Mini, in my opinion, it's mostly going to be first-party games. That's what I'm pretty much going to be going here. There's not going to be that many third-party games and all that stuff compared to the other ones. And also, I don't think we would get an unreleased game because now that I think about it, the only unreleased games that I remember hearing about on the N64 were Fire Emblem 64, which I think later on became Fire Emblem The Binding Blade, and Earthbound 64, which later on became Mother 3 on the Game Boy. So I don't think any of them will come up. It's not like Star Fox 2, which is really close to being done in development, where they were like, let's finish it up and then release it. You know?
Yep.
However,
Yeah.
this is a wild possibility if the N64 Mini turns out to be real. Like, this is just me going far-fetched. I would love it if, with this, they added the Ura Zelda expansion for Ocarina of Time.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing was pretty much like, not that it was almost done, but there were some unused assets in there. Like, for example, I think the quote unquote they call it the Sky Temple, I believe that it was just like they modded it in and they were able to play like that place looked beautiful. But yeah, no, like there's some unused stuff that I think I would have loved to see, but I'm not too sure. But you guys can go ahead and give your thoughts on the N64 Mini now.
Well, the N64, like as much as we all really want to get it, it's in terms of between the NES Classic Edition and the SNES, the N64 might be the most critical and the most challenging aspect to be released as a mini home system for various reasons. One, like we mentioned before, licensing issues, like we talked about with Rare, that some of the Rare, like you said before, Rare, they don't mind bringing some of their Rare classics into the N64, which out of all of them, GoldenEye seems to be like one of the wish lists I want to get. Two, the controller, because there are people out there that don't like the design of the N64 controller, this 3-prong design, that the majority of them who were not used to it. It was pretty useful during its time, but nowadays, like, it's still comfortable, but not many people are well adjusted to this 3-prong layout. And here's the third biggest pillar: the games that have how they have aged well in terms of the graphics, because the NES and the Super Nintendo 8-bit and 60-bit have aged incredibly well. The N64, it leaves a bigger challenge because some of these games have not aged well.
Oh yeah,
looking at them in their polygonal aspects.
I know this is kind of controversial. I think a lot of people kind of be like, boy, but I think a game that hasn't aged well, in my personal opinion, is Super Mario 64.
Yeah, that game
I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying it hasn't aged well. However,
No, you're not wrong.
Ocarina of Time, though, in my
No way.
personal opinion, has aged pretty well.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
but-
this. I'm gonna say Ocarina of Time has aged well. Mario 64, I know you say it didn't age well. In my opinion, it has aged well because of the design and the visuals. Star Fox 64 has indeed aged well. Same thing with Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. But there are some games, I mean, the majority of the N64 that has not aged because when we plug them in an HD TV, it looks pretty fuzzy. And I don't know how Nintendo is going to incorporate in the display or the video aspect to make them HD and to look less fuzzy. Because N64 games, the majority of them has not aged well, in my opinion, but they still play very good. That's one of the big reasons why the N64 Classic Edition leaves to be in a bigger challenge, because the games that have aged well visually. The controller, I really hope Nintendo creates a newly redesigned N64 controller, because those analog sticks, they're good, but they're plasticky, and like when you do a lot
They
of
break
analog.
easily.
You need a third arm for that N64 controller. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Oh
my,
yeah.
my third arm, my
No.
left hand, my right hand, and my.
No, but the reason I say this because there's been third-party companies as of recent that they created this modern N64 controller that has the shape of an Xbox controller, and it has all the buttons and all the button and the bumper and trigger configurations all in one, and you can easily carry it. If Nintendo could create an N64 redesigned controller that has 2 handles, it'll be great.
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking of games, especially Mario Party 1, the N64 controller has not aged incredibly well because, like we said, the analog sticks is no longer in its neutral position. It's very loose and wobbly when you move the controller itself without placing your thumb on the control stick. So it's going to leave a bigger challenge for Nintendo to create this 64-bit processing console to be released to the masses in an HD Classic Edition, especially in its visuals that might not have aged well for some of these games. If they could clean up the image to make it less blurry, less fuzzy, and more polished, and those polygons look more crisp and clearer, then we'll see it. We all want to see a Nintendo 64, but it's going to leave them a bigger challenge in the end.
I don't want to see it. If I see an N64 Mini, I'll just burn it right there. No, I'm kidding.
Oh no! Burn it.
Stop.
Burn it in sprites and polygons, am I right?
But yeah,
No,
nah.
but I think they're gonna do something that is kind of like the SNES Mini. You know how they did the perfect pixel thing,
Oh yeah, they did the
and
filtering
then the old
effects.
standard. So they can do something like that.
Yeah, I did say that before. It's just that it's gonna leave a bigger challenge because these are early 3D graphics.
Or aren't the the N64 emulations like good? No.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, how are they gonna incorporate the Rumble Pack and the Memory Pack in
Oh,
that?
that's right. That's an interesting thing. Especially the two major games in terms of memory card pack.
Hey, you Pikachu.
Pokemon Stadium.
Oh, there's no. I didn't put Hey You Pikachu, but yeah, no.
No.
Not well. Pokemon
But
Stadium, I'm
my-
not too sure. But two main ones I want to talk about: Donkey Kong 64 and Majora's Mask. When it comes to the
Yep.
memory pack, because I think they both required the use of it.
Yeah, those two and some Star Wars games that it was required.
Well, if they bring Star Wars in there. But I honestly think that what's it called? They will just kind of do whatever ROMs do and all that stuff. How ROMs can easily run, I guess, all
Yeah,
the
they
stuff
could
without it.
just
So they'll just
pack-
emulate it, you know. So they'll probably just do something.
Yeah, they could just pack in all the memory data, including the expansion pack, into the minis, considering how much these games have lived up very well in terms of gameplay, but
Mhm.
graphics-wise has not aged well.
And
And then,
no, go
yeah,
ahead.
sorry
No,
to
go
interrupt.
ahead. Go ahead.
Also the Rumble Pack. I mean, I assume that they could just built the Rumble built into the controllers, because we don't need those classic add-on attachments again.
Yeah.
Any other game, by the way? Any other game that I mentioned that I didn't mention that you would like to see on the N64 Mini?
Well,
Uh-oh.
Superman 60.
Nope.
This is the end of the podcast.
Instant
Thank you so
ban.
much. We're losing Theo, so thank you for having.
We're losing
goodbye.
Croton.
Thank you for having them.
Bye. Have a great time.
Eggs
Okay,
D.
no, but seriously, I have a few games right here, like Animal Crossing, but the problem is the in-game clock.
Well, not that. The other problem is only released in Japan, and I'm pretty sure Nintendo
Yeah.
doesn't even bother to. Yeah, it was only released in Japan. Nintendo
all-
does not want to probably want to go in to the thing and to just kind of code through and change the language, because that actually does take a lot of time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's
Yeah,
right.
it
I
was
mean,
on. So yeah.
I grew up with the N64 in Europe, so I didn't know. Well, whatever.
Yeah, he grew up with the PAL version of
What a
N64.
French
PAL
boy, XD.
Boy. Okay.
The PAL
so
region.
After that, I have Doom 64.
Actually, I didn't actually put that on my
Yes.
list. I wouldn't mind it.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Doom 64. Yeah,
Yes.
And also Mario Tennis.
I mentioned
Yeah,
that.
he mentioned it.
Oh, I thought you
Luigi time now.
No, I did mention
was
Mario
it
Tennis.
Mario Golf.
Yeah, I mentioned both.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you mention Mega Man 64?
I didn't because I didn't think Mega Man 64 would be on there, because basically Mega Man Legends, that's the actual name of the series. I wouldn't mind seeing Mega Man what's it called, Legends on the N64 Mini,
Yeah.
because we do have Mega Man 2 on the NES
Yeah.
Mini, and we have Mega Man X on the SNES Mini. So I would actually be surprised if we got what's it called, Mega Man Legends on the N64, because we didn't get Legends 2 on the N64, which is sad, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other two games that I have, I'm not sure if Sin and Punishment was released in the US.
Was it? Let me
my-
find that out. I think
Actually,
it's.
actually, it came into the U.S. under the former Wii Virtual Console and Wii U.
Oh yeah, so
That-
they did. They brought it in. Yeah.
In the U.S., it's the former Virtual Console. It originally only came in Japan in N64, but Virtual Console-wise, they came to the U.S. That's how we got the successor, the Part 2
Actually,
on the Wii.
did it? It came.
Yeah.
You said it came on the. Wait. You said it came out on Wii Virtual Console, right? Sin and Punishment.
Yes.
Let me find out.
officially on the United States. Yeah, it did. And then it came also on the Wii U. It's just that it was that one of the few games that only came in Japan originally on that platform. So that game, and I was like, what's that other N64 game? And thank you, Croton, for pointing that out, because Sin and Punishment, it was basically like another Star Fox, but it had its own unique Unreal.
Wasn't it? Yeah, it was an on-rail shooter.
Yes.
'Cause I do know
Like,
Sin and Punishment came out.
Think
on
of it
the
as like Kid Icarus. I'll try
yeah,
to.
Yeah.
yeah, it was like that. And it did came to the United States on the Wii Virtual Console.
And it was
Okay.
also on the Wii U. Okay.
Stop.
Yeah.
We know
Also, the
you.
last game was Rayman 2: The Great Escape.
I didn't even know a Rayman game came on the N64.
Yeah, it did.
Yes.
Considering how Nintendo Ubisoft are great partners now, we could see that as a potential for N64.
Microtransactions, boys. Let's go.
Dude, I
Stop
looked
it.
at every.
That's EA's part. Ubisoft, yeah, they do have their microtransactions, but like not as excessive as like from others.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
So
but
They're not EA,
I
boys.
looked. Oops. I looked at every single N64 game, and that's all I could come up. I mean, that's all I came up with.
Now,
Glover.
Oh yeah, Glover, but you know, I don't know if it's good or not.
It's a good game. It's just that like
heard
it
it
was
was
a
good.
game that not many people bought. And actually, as a matter of fact, who made it? Oh,
I
Hasbro.
don't freaking know.
Okay,
That makes
well,
sense.
Who knows?
Wasn't
what
it-
they're talking
wasn't it Hudson or no?
about. No, I think it says Hasbro here, and in some
Oh,
other
okay.
interactive studio. So whatever.
Okay. Now, the majority that you guys said on the list is really convincing, and it could come. Here are some of the N64s that I wouldn't mind seeing. I mentioned before the Star Wars games, but however, licensing, that's a problem. Another game I would like to see on the N64, well, we did state it rare before, but Diddy Kong Racing, because considering Nintendo owns Diddy Kong,
I didn't
And
put
those-
that on the list is because they they would have to code the game again, go into the game and replace Conquer and Banjo. That's the problem with the game. So they don't want to probably do
Yeah.
too much work. So there is matter. They probably won't even bother to put in
They
Diddy
don't
Kong
know it.
Racing
Rare
if they
than
choose
Rareware.
not to bring in Rareware characters like Banjo and Conquer, and all that stuff. But if they put in their games,
True.
then we can see the possibility of Diddy Kong Racing being on
Yeah.
this.
I mean,
if it happens.
Donkey Kong 64 is on the Wii U Virtual Console.
Oh yeah,
It's-
because
it's
that's owned by Nintendo.
all the Nintendo. Yeah, the Nintendo property. Diddy Kong Racing has that mixture. Same thing with the Golden Eye.
Did they remove the
No.
rare logos in those re-releases?
That I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That I don't know. I was considered buying it, but maybe one day when I get DK64 on the Wii U, I'll let you guys know if they took the rare logo. I don't think they do because when we were Donkey Kong Country on the Wii and Wii Virtual Console, it still shows the rare logo.
Okay, if it
Oh.
does, if it keeps it, then I think there's a possibility of a slight possibility, because if that's the case, I wouldn't mind seeing Banjo-Kazooie and all that stuff. I hope they end up actually using them, but we'll find out.
Like I said, I really hope Rare doesn't mind that. Now, there's another game that was it was published by Nintendo, but the arcade version was published by somebody else. It's called Cruising USA.
Nani,
You haven't
Nah.
heard of it? It's the racing game.
this is the
Cruising
first
USA.
time I've heard of it.
Oh,
Oh
was
my
it
God.
the
That's a-
arcade?
Surfing
game that we-
USA.
It's the arcade
No.
racing game. The one that goes, ready, set, go. And this
Can you feel? Oh, we're not talking about Sonic R.
No. no.
Stop.
No, but
No,
like,
Is it the game at Dave's and Buster's?
yeah, it was like that. It was
Oh,
like
okay.
you hear checkpoint, and then like at the end you see the girl holding the trophy when you finish the race.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think y'all thinking too much. I just think Minecraft 2 would be on the N64 though.
Stop.
It's
Chris.
it's time to stop.
Yeah, start with the Minecraft nonsense. But I could see Cruising USA a possibility because because it's an arcade racer that was later created for the N64. Nintendo published in that part of the game. There's some Nintendo published games that are made by third parties that could see the light of day on the N64 Classic Edition. Let's see. I did mention Star Wars. I did mention Cruising USA. I don't have much to say now.
You're like, I'm done. All right, bye.
Yeah.
All right, N64 is a failure. XD. The
Bye, have a
N64
good
Mini,
time.
I think people will definitely buy it. I just don't think it'll have a lot of games that or a lot of variety that with the SNES. I think the GameCube Mini, if that ever comes to fruition, would have more games on there. But that's for another time.
Boy.
Technically, the N64 only had like 300 games in its life.
It didn't really
Yeah.
have a lot. It was a console it was only meant for really first party games and like rare games.
It was the N64 was full of quality, not so much in quantity.
Yes, that's why everyone literally. This was during a time when everyone literally saw the PlayStation, what they were offering, like $1 to make games, I believe, or something. It was pretty cheap. That's why they all
was
jumped
cheap.
over there.
Yeah,
Capcom, Square Enix, and many other companies jumped on the PlayStation bandwagon. That's why all the big hitters came on there.
Speaking of third parties, I wouldn't mind seeing Resident Evil 2 on the N64 Classic
Oh,
because
that-
it also appeared on that.
I forgot
Wow.
that game also appeared on there too.
It did appear. It's
Censored.
No, it wasn't. I don't think it was censored. I heard that a game that was based on the PlayStation hardware original, they did everything on that cartridge.
You know,
I
think they won't
That was an
release.
achievement for them.
I just don't think they'll release any M-rated games. As much as I would like to see games like that and Doom. If you notice, they don't release M-rated games because they're trying to target this for like kids and teens. So I'm pretty sure they wouldn't want to include an M-rated game on there.
I guess.
So as much as I would like, that's why I didn't include Doom on it because I don't think they're gonna bring any M-rated games to the table.
Rip the rip and tear.
Do you guys
Feels
want
bad.
me to go over the 15 games that I think are likely? or
No, get out because you mentioned the Super N64 XD. Okay, now go ahead.
Okay, so, I mean, just tell me your thoughts after each game if you want to. So first up, we have Super Mario 64. Of course,
Yep.
it's like the big hit,
The big
So-
boy. Okay.
I want to be
That's
hip
what-
with the kids.
That's what basically started the era of 3D games.
Garbage.
Then we have Mario Kart 64,
Oh yeah.
which is,
My favorite.
yeah, I mean, it was good, yeah.
It didn't age well for me personally.
They used the sprites from Donkey Kong Country into Mario Kart 64's character design.
Yeah,
It
it
is.
kind of
Little
looked
fun
weird
fact.
in the end.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, that was the little fun factor. They used
Then-
those character sprites animation that they used from Donkey Kong Country, used it for the N64. That's why those character models were not truly 3D.
Yep.
Yeah, they're 2D textures, basically.
Yep.
Yes.
Next up, we have Mario Party. I think that 2 is most likely.
Too. Because
Two.
it had those annoying analog rotation mini games.
Yeah, there's none of that. And then we have both Legend of Zelda's, Majora's Mask, and Ocarina of Time. The best games ever, except Majora's Mask XD. After I have Donkey Kong 64, even
Yes.
though there's the Rareware thing.
Yeah, but most of it is Nintendo property.
Yeah,
the
like a Donkey
characters.
Kong 64, there's no Banjo-Kazooie, there's no Conquer. All
There
of them are owned
there
by
was
Nintendo.
no rare property. It was
Yeah,
all
it's all
Nintendo.
Donkey Kong.
Mm-hmm.
After we have Smash,
Horrible.
it's Smash 64, of course. The start of Smash, so makes sense.
Melee.
Yoshi's Story.
Oh, yes.
It was
Yes.
the first beginning for Yoshi, like one of the first.
Yoshi's Island on the SNES.
I know there was that, but I'm talking about in 3D. So
I don't care. Shut up.
Go on,
Then we
cruise
have
on.
Pilot Wings 64.
Wait, what?
Pilot
Pilot Wings.
Yeah,
64.
it was a launch title.
I never got to play the game, but and
Hey,
It was
it's
It was a really good flight simulator.
Then I have Pokemon Stadium, the first one. I feel like it was the one that most people knew, right?
Yeah,
not wrong.
and that game had a Pokemon Mario Party-esque mini games for multiplayer. That was the fun part.
Yeah. And now Pokemon Snap, because maybe they're gonna reboot Pokemon Snap and later in the future. So I like to see it. come
Let's
back.
hope.
And then we have Light
that's
Legend
all.
Wars,
Mhm.
Star Fox 64. In other
Oh
words.
yes.
He didn't understand. Super Mario 60, Paper Mario 64, and then Kirby 64,
Crystal
F-Zero
Shards.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I think are the most likely games for the N64. Mini.
I'm actually getting mine right now. I'm like marking them on my phone. It's like I got like big hands, so it's like. Yeah, no, there's like a lot, but you can go ahead and continue talking.
I mean, I'm done listing.
All right, you're banned. Hold up.
What?
I think I marked here 14. I don't know.
Here you go. I sent it to you. Boy.
I'm not gonna open it here, but yeah, I did like 14 here because I was talking about it because I do, yeah, like I pretty much agree with you. Mario 64 and Mario Kart 64 are definitely gonna be here in some way, shape, or form. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, similar situation. So right there we got 4. Donkey Kong 64, 5. Star Fox 64, that's an automatic 6. He didn't mention Paper Mario, and I do think that they would want to add a.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he mentioned
Oh,
it.
he
I
Okay.
did.
mentioned Paper Mario.
So I
Yeah.
think a Paper Mario game would be here, you know, for the fun. So definitely, like for an RPG game. So, Yoshi's Story, of course. Did you mention F-Zero X?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the last
I'll be
one
back.
at the list because
Okay,
he's dead.
Boy.
XD.
So Kirby 64, definitely. I put Mario Party 2, Mario Tennis. I put Pokemon Stadium 1 and Smash. I kind of had trouble with the last one because honestly, I think the last one I don't really mind what it be, whether it be Harvest Moon 64, Mario Golf, Pilot Wings 64, Pokemon Snap. I don't really care about that last one, but you know, I only really think that 14. Yeah, so the last 15, the last one for me for 15 can be anything. That's what I believe,
Now,
though.
Fair enough.
here's another question in regards to the N64. If the NES came with 1 controller and the SNES Classic Edition came with 2 controllers, how many controllers would the N64 Classic will come in?
50.
Will it I meant controllers. Like, how many controllers will it come bundled in?
Oh, okay, 51.
97.
Okay.
No, 2 definitely. More than likely. They wanna. I mean, they wanna also. Well, the thing with the other games is that there were a lot of multiplayer games that I'm in, so I don't know how many multiplayer games besides Mario Tennis. So I think they'll still try to bundle. Well, maybe either one, or most likely if they don't do 2, then they'll probably do what they did with the NES. Didn't come out with 2, right?
It only came with 1. You had to buy 1 separately, which was not a.
Yeah. So if anything, that's what they'll do with the N64 controller. They'll just get like, okay, we'll
Yeah,
release
most
it.
probably.
Yeah, we'll release
Yeah,
it.
because
Like,
the N64 controller is really big.
We were
mean-
talking about that. Like, the design wise, it was good for its time, but the 3-prong design, not many people love it.
Hey,
And
single
some like to
mothers
call
loved
as
it.
One of the weirdest. Oh,
Stop.
oh my god.
Cease.
God dang it.
Cease.
Oh, man.
Wait, is there more that we need to discuss upon?
No, I mean we're pretty much done here. We pretty much gave our opinions on the N64 and all that stuff. And yeah, no, we're
Alright.
pretty much done.
All
Alright, no, but we got a surprise 7th announcement, guys. We gotta talk about
Yeah.
Knack 3. Let's go.
Oh shit.
We're gonna talk about it right now. Okay, no, I'm kidding. We're pretty much done. Yeah,
Alright.
we're pretty much done here. Any other thoughts you gotta say?
I guess we've been through a lot of this already, so there's no need.
No need. Okay, well then, yeah, that's about it, guys. All right. This was me,
Bring
JVG.
back Gino.
We'll save
Wait,
that.
what?
We'll save the Smash one for later, B.
I know, but what I'm saying, I'm just saying, I miss him so much.
I know. Well, look. We'll talk about it when we do our Smash version. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much it,
Alright.
guys. All
That
right.
E3 podcast.
Later. Yeah, this was JVGM, Pastel, Crouton, Nykkes, my garbage friends. They were all, well, screw them.
Nice.
XD. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. Later.